That smell. You know the one. That rich, dark, heavenly aroma drifting through your kitchen first thing in the morning. The coffee maker just finished gurgling. You reach for your favorite mug, the one your grandkid gave you last Christmas. You pour that first cup, steam rising. You add your creamer, maybe 2 spoonfuls, maybe 3. Stir it in until it turns that perfect golden brown. You take that first sip and you feel alive, like the day can finally begin. Folks, I love that moment too. I do. But folks, what if I told you that the way most of you are drinking your morning coffee right now is silently, slowly, irreversibly destroying your kidneys? Not the coffee itself. Friends, the coffee might actually be one of the best things you could drink. It's what you're putting in it. It's when you're drinking it. And it's what you're not drinking alongside it. 3 mistakes, folks. 3 ticking time bombs sitting right there on your kitchen counter. And I guarantee at least one of them is happening in your kitchen this very morning. I'll never forget the night I met Margaret. I'll call her Margaret. Names are always changed for patient privacy. It was a Tuesday, 2 in the morning. The ER doors flew open, and in came this 66-year-old retired nurse from Portland. Retired nurse, folks. She knew medicine. She knew health. She thought she was doing everything right. Her daughter was behind the stretcher, sobbing, shaking. She grabbed my arm so hard her knuckles went white. She said, "Doctor, I don't understand. She's the healthiest person I know. She walks 2 miles every morning. She takes her vitamins. She drinks her coffee like clockwork." What happened? What happened was 4 cups of coffee a day for 15 years, with 3 spoonfuls of powdered creamer in every single cup. That creamer, that innocent-looking white powder she scooped into her mug 60,000 times over 15 years, was laced with a chemical that was turning her blood vessels into concrete. Her kidneys were failing, and she never felt a thing, not one single warning sign. Until that Tuesday night. Now, folks, I want to be clear about something before we go any further. I'm sharing what I've learned from 25 years of clinical practice, but every person is different. Your kidney function, your medications, your individual health, they all matter. Please talk to your doctor about what's right for you. My name is Dr. Matthews. I'm a board-certified nephrologist. I've spent 25 years at a major teaching hospital, in the ER at 3 in the morning, in the dialysis unit watching people lose their independence, in the ICU fighting to save kidneys that could have been saved if someone had just told them the truth about their morning coffee. I'm not a health influencer. I'm not selling anything. I'm a kidney doctor who is tired of seeing good people end up in my ER because nobody warned them. And I'm staking my 25-year medical career on what I'm about to tell you. Even if it makes some people angry. Even if it goes against what you've heard before. In this video, friends, I'm going to show you 3 dangerous coffee mistakes that are silently wrecking your kidneys right now. And 3 simple, free changes you can make tonight to turn your morning coffee from a kidney killer into a kidney protector. Here's what I want you to do right now. Hit that like button. Not for me, for your kidneys. That like is your first promise. Your first step toward protecting the organs that have been silently keeping you alive for decades. Go ahead, I'll wait. Now let me tell you something about your kidneys that most people don't know. And this is the part that keeps me up at night. Your kidneys are the most loyal organ in your body. They never complain. They never send you pain signals. They just keep working, silently, faithfully, every single second of every single day, filtering your blood, balancing your chemicals, keeping you alive. They're like a water filter you installed under your kitchen sink 60, 70 years ago. And they've been running nonstop since the day you were born. But here's the terrifying truth, friends. Your kidneys can lose 70% of their function, and you won't feel a thing, not a headache, not a twinge, not a single warning. 70% gone, silent as a whisper. By the time most people find out their kidneys are in trouble, folks, it's already too late to get that function back. Kidneys don't regenerate, friends. They don't grow back. Once that damage is done, it's done forever. So when I tell you that what you're putting in your coffee matters, I need you to understand this isn't about being picky. This isn't about being paranoid. This is about whether you spend your retirement walking in the park with your grandkids or sitting in a dialysis chair 3 times a week. Are you with me? Good. Because we need to talk about danger number 1. And friends, this one is going to make you want to walk straight to your kitchen and check your cabinet. Remember Margaret, the retired nurse from Portland? Let me tell you the rest of her story. Margaret loved her coffee. 4 cups a day, rain or shine. She used the same creamer she'd been buying for 15 years, a big container of powdered creamer, the kind you scoop out with a spoon. She'd see it on sale at Costco and buy 3 at a time. She figured, it's just creamer. How bad can it be? Folks, I need you to listen to me very carefully right now. Most powdered coffee creamers, and many of the flavored liquid ones too, contain something called phosphorus additives. Chemical phosphates. You might see them listed on the ingredients label as dipotassium phosphate, or sodium phosphate, or phosphoric acid. These are not natural. These are chemicals added by manufacturers to keep the powder smooth, to make it dissolve easily, to extend its shelf life. Now here's what your doctor doesn't have time to tell you. Natural phosphorus. The kind you get from chicken, from fish, from beans. Your body only absorbs about 40 to 60% of it. Your kidneys can handle that just fine. But chemical phosphorus additives, your body absorbs 90 to 100%. Almost every single molecule goes straight into your bloodstream. And when your kidneys are already working harder because you're over 55, over 60, over 65, they cannot flush that excess phosphorus out fast enough. So where does it go? Right now, friends, some of you are going to want to sit down for this. That excess phosphorus latches onto calcium in your blood, and together, folks, they form a kind of cement, a chalky, rock-hard deposit. And that cement doesn't stay in your blood, friends. It settles into your blood vessels, into the walls of your arteries, into the tiny, delicate capillaries inside your kidneys. Imagine taking a flexible garden hose and slowly, over 15 years, filling it with concrete. That hose gets stiff, it gets brittle, it cracks, nothing flows through it anymore. That's what was happening inside Margaret's body. Her blood vessels were calcifying, hardening from the inside out. Her kidneys were starving, choking, drowning in calcium phosphate deposits. Her creatinine levels were through the roof. Her GFR, that's the number that tells us how well your kidneys are filtering, that had dropped into dangerous territory. Her bones were thinning because her body was pulling calcium out of her skeleton to try to balance the phosphorus overload. All from creamer, folks. All from that innocent white powder she put in her coffee every morning for 15 years. How many of you right now have a container of powdered creamer sitting in your kitchen? How many of you use those little flavored cups? The hazelnut ones? The French vanilla ones? Be honest. Type yes in the comments right now if that's you. I need to know. Because what I'm about to tell you next could change everything. Now, some of you are thinking, okay, fine, I'll switch my creamer. Problem solved. I'm safe now. Stop. Right there. That thought, that feeling of safety, that's the most dangerous feeling in this entire video. Because danger number 2 is worse. And I'd bet my medical license that at least half the people watching this right now are making this exact mistake every single morning. Before I continue, friends, I need you to do something. Think about someone you love who drinks coffee every morning. Your spouse, your parents, your best friend from church. You now know something they don't. Pull out your phone right now and text them this video. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't say you'll do it later. Their next cup of coffee could be doing damage right now. Send it. I'll be right here when you get back. Danger number 2. And friends, this one stops hearts. I'll call him Robert, 71 years old, retired firefighter from San Antonio, Texas. The toughest, proudest man you'd ever meet. 30 years running into burning buildings, never called in sick a day in his life. His wife said he was the kind of man who'd shovel the entire block's driveways after a snowstorm before anyone else woke up. Robert had high blood pressure, like nearly half of all Americans over 55. His doctor put him on amlodipine, a calcium channel blocker, common medication. Millions of people take it. His doctor said, take it every morning. And Robert did. He was disciplined. Every single morning, right there at the breakfast table, he'd pop that little white pill and wash it down with his first cup of coffee. Folks, do you see where this is going? For 3 years, Robert took his medication faithfully. Never missed a dose. But friends, his blood pressure readings kept creeping up. His doctor increased the dosage, then increased it again, then added a second medication. Robert was frustrated. He said to me, "Doc, I'm doing everything right. Why isn't this working?" The answer, folks, was sitting right there in his coffee mug. Here's what happens, friends, and in 25 years of practice, I've seen this pattern clear as day. Caffeine. The caffeine in your morning coffee raises your blood pressure by 5 to 10 points, sometimes more. That spike hits within 30 minutes of your first sip and lasts for 3 hours or longer. Now that alone isn't the worst part. The worst part is this. When you take your blood pressure medication at the same time as your coffee, the coffee interferes with the medication's absorption. It makes the pill less effective. Research has shown that coffee can blunt the blood pressure lowering effect of calcium channel blockers by nearly 8 points systolic. 8 points, friends. That's the difference between controlled and uncontrolled hypertension. So what's happening inside Robert's body? His medication isn't working at full strength because the coffee is fighting against it. His blood pressure is spiking every morning for 3 hours, and those spikes, morning after morning, week after week, year after year, are hammering his kidneys. Think about it like this. Your kidneys contain millions of tiny microscopic filters called glomeruli. They're incredibly delicate, like tissue paper. Now imagine blasting those tissue paper filters with a fire hose every single morning. The pressure tears them apart, shreds them, little by little, morning by morning, cup by cup. That's what uncontrolled blood pressure does to your kidneys. It shreds the filters. One night, Robert woke up at 3 a.m. His head was pounding, the worst headache of his life. His vision was blurry. His heart was racing so fast, his wife could see it pounding through his t-shirt. She called 911. When Robert arrived in my ER, his blood pressure was 220 over 140. His kidneys were in acute distress. His creatinine had nearly doubled from his last checkup. The damage was severe. And the cause? The same morning ritual millions of Americans perform every single day. Pill and coffee, together, at the same time. Robert's wife sat in the hallway outside the ICU. She was on the phone with their son in California, trying to keep her voice steady. She kept whispering the same thing. He was doing everything right. He took his pills every morning. He never missed a dose. Friends, he was doing everything right. Except for one thing, the timing. Do you take blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, thyroid medication, diabetes medication? How many of you wash those pills down with coffee every morning? Type timing in the comments right now if that's you. Because the research is crystal clear. And your doctor may not have had the time in your 7-minute appointment to tell you this. Now here's where I need everyone to really lean in, because if danger number 1 was a slow poison, and danger number 2 was a silent saboteur, then danger number 3? Danger number 3 is the one that put a 68-year-old man on the floor of his bathroom screaming in pain at 4 a.m. Pain so severe, he told me afterward, "Doctor, I've broken bones. I've had a kidney stone before. But this time I thought I was dying. I was begging God to make it stop." Do you know what dialysis costs in America, friends? $90,000 a year. That's not a typo. $90,000. That's your retirement savings. That's your grandchildren's college fund. That's your independence. Vanished. Medicare covers some of it, but the copays, the transportation 3 times a week, the medications, the time, It adds up to financial devastation, and it all starts with how you drink your coffee. Danger number 3. I'll call him James. James Thompson, 68 years old, retired postal worker from Columbus, Ohio. 32 years delivering mail in every kind of weather, rain, snow, 100-degree summers. James was tough, and James loved his coffee. 6 cups a day, sometimes 7. From 5 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, there was always a mug in his hand. Black coffee, extra strong, no cream, no sugar. He was proud of that. He'd say, "I drink it straight, none of that fancy stuff, just pure, honest coffee." Friends, here's the question that should terrify every coffee lover watching this. How much water did James drink? Almost none. He'd have maybe 1 glass of water with dinner. That's it. Because the coffee made him feel hydrated. It's liquid, right? It's mostly water, right? Right now, friends, some of you just felt a chill. Because you're realizing you do the exact same thing. I see it in my clinic every single week, folks. Here's what was happening inside James's body. Coffee is a mild diuretic. That means it makes your kidneys push out more fluid than normal. When you drink 1 or 2 cups and you're also drinking plenty of water throughout the day, your body handles it beautifully, no problem at all. But 6 cups, 7 cups, with almost no water, James's kidneys were working overtime, pushing out fluid, pushing out fluid, pushing out fluid. But nothing was coming back in to replace it. His urine was getting more and more concentrated, darker and darker, thicker with dissolved minerals that had nowhere to go. Think of it like a river, friends. A nice, wide, flowing river keeps everything moving. Sediment washes downstream, nothing builds up. But when that river dries to a trickle, the sediment has nowhere to go. It settles, it hardens, it turns to stone. That's exactly what happened inside James's kidneys. Every cup of coffee contains about 116 milligrams of potassium. Multiply that by 6 cups. That's nearly 700 milligrams of potassium just from coffee alone. For a 68-year-old man whose kidneys are already slowing down with age, that's a dangerous load, especially without water to help flush it through. And the concentrated urine? The minerals that settled and hardened? Kidney stones. Not 1. Not 2. Friends, James had 4 calcium oxalate kidney stones. The largest was 11 millimeters. Folks, that's nearly half an inch of jagged, razor-sharp crystal lodged inside his kidney. At 4 in the morning, one of those stones broke loose and tried to pass through his ureter, the tiny tube connecting his kidney to his bladder. That tube is only 3 to 4 millimeters wide. An 11-millimeter stone trying to squeeze through a 4-millimeter tube. James hit the bathroom floor. The pain was so sudden, so violent, he couldn't even call out. His wife heard the crash, the thud of his body, the crack of his elbow hitting tile. She found him curled on the floor, drenched in cold sweat, face gray as ash. In the ER, the CT scan lit up like a Christmas tree. 4 stones. His kidney function was compromised. His creatinine was elevated. 1 kidney was partially blocked by the largest stone, causing it to swell with backed-up fluid. 6 cups of coffee, almost no water, for 20 years. Friends, I know this has been intense. I know right now some of you want to get up from your chair and pour every drop of coffee in your house down the drain. Folks, your heart is racing. You're thinking about every cup you drank today, yesterday, this week. Please don't do that. Please, friends, sit back down. Take a deep breath. The reason I've been so intense, so scary, isn't because coffee is bad. It's not. In fact, research from Johns Hopkins University found that people who drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day actually have a 22 to 23% lower risk of acute kidney injury. Coffee contains powerful antioxidants that can protect your kidneys. A major study of over 14,000 people found that coffee drinkers had a significantly lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease. Coffee isn't the enemy, folks. Not even close. The enemy is how we drink it. what we put in it, when we drink it, and what we're not drinking alongside it. And from this point forward, friends, we leave fear behind. It's time for hope. Take a deep breath. You can exhale now. There is a way to protect your kidneys and keep your coffee. And it's simpler than you think. Remember Margaret, the retired nurse with the powdered creamer? 3 months after she made just 2 changes to her morning routine, changes I'm about to give you right now for free. Her phosphorus levels dropped back into normal range. Her kidney function stabilized. The calcification slowed dramatically. She walked into my office, squeezed my hand, and said, "Doc, I feel like I got a second chance. I feel 10 years younger." At her 6-month checkup, she was hiking again. 2 miles at Silver Falls with her daughter every Saturday morning. At her 1-year checkup, her GFR had actually improved. Her nephrologist was stunned, and all she did was change 2 things about her coffee. Here's your action plan, friends. 3 steps, free, simple. You can start tonight. Step 1, remove. Go to your kitchen. Right now, if you can, pick up your coffee creamer, turn it around, read the ingredients list. If you see any of these words, dipotassium phosphate, sodium phosphate, phosphoric acid, or any ingredient with the word phosphate in it, remove it from your kitchen. Tonight. Don't use it tomorrow morning. Most powdered creamers have it. Many flavored liquid creamers have it. You need to check, friends. And when you see information and hear it and then act on it with your own hands, your brain locks it in permanently. That's called active encoding. It works even against age-related memory decline. Type "checked" in the comments right now if you're going to check your creamer tonight. Those 6 letters might be the most important thing you type all year. Step 2. Replace. Replace that creamer with something kidney-safe, folks. A small splash of real heavy cream, no phosphorus additives, or unsweetened almond milk. Just check the label, friends, to make sure it doesn't say enriched, because enriched versions often contain added phosphates. Coconut milk works too. Or drink it black, folks. Black coffee has almost 0 potassium, 0 phosphorus, and is loaded with antioxidants that actually protect your kidneys. And here's the big one, friends. If you take any medication in the morning, blood pressure pills, thyroid medication, cholesterol medication, diabetes medication, here's the new rule, the golden rule of morning medication. Take your medication first with a full glass of plain water. Then, wait 60 minutes, 1 hour. Let that medication absorb fully. Let it reach peak levels in your blood. Then enjoy your coffee. Not 30 minutes, not 45 minutes, 60 minutes. That's what the research shows. That one change, that 60-minute gap, can be the difference between medication that works and medication that's being sabotaged by caffeine every single morning. Step 3, restore. This is the simplest change of all, and it might be the most powerful. For every cup of coffee you drink 1 glass of water, 1 for 1. Cup of coffee, glass of water, cup of coffee, glass of water. And here's the most important glass of the whole day, friends. Your first glass. Before you touch that coffee maker, before you even think about caffeine, drink 1 full glass of water. First thing in the morning. Your kidneys have been working all night with nothing coming in. They're dehydrated. They need that water before anything else. 1 glass of water first. Then coffee with water alongside it. 2 to 3 cups a day. That's the sweet spot where coffee actually protects your kidneys instead of harming them. Let me tell you about Walter. Walter Jackson, 70 years old, retired factory worker from Dayton, Ohio. Walter was a 5-cup-a-day man with powdered creamer and no water. His annual checkup showed his kidney function was declining. His creatinine was climbing. His doctor was starting to talk about the D word, dialysis. Walter found this information. He made 3 changes. He switched to black coffee with a splash of real cream. He started taking his blood pressure medication 60 minutes before his first cup, and he started the 1-for-1 rule. 1 glass of water for every cup of coffee. 2 weeks later, folks, the puffiness around his eyes every morning, gone. 1 month later, see friends, the sock marks on his ankles that used to last all day? They disappeared. His wife noticed he wasn't getting up 3 times a night anymore to use the bathroom. He was sleeping through for the first time in years. At his 3-month checkup, his creatinine had dropped. His GFR had stabilized. His blood pressure was finally under control on the same dose of medication that wasn't working before. Walter told me, "Doc, I thought my coffee was keeping me alive. Turns out it was the one thing standing between me and the life I was supposed to be living." Friends, let me give you the bottom line. 3 things to remember from everything we've covered today. Number 1, it's not the coffee, it's the creamer. Check your labels tonight. If it says phosphate, it's got to go. Number 2, it's not the medication, it's the timing. Medication first with water. Wait 60 minutes, then coffee. Number 3, it's not about drinking less coffee, it's about drinking more water, 1-for-1. And that first glass of water, before anything else, is the single best thing you can do for your kidneys every morning. Now, friends, I want you to type 2 words in the comments right now. Type kidney safe. Those 2 words, they're not just a comment. They're a promise to yourself, a promise to your family, a promise that you will protect your kidneys, stay independent, and never let the people you love see you hooked up to a dialysis machine. Type it. Kidney safe, right now. I'm watching, and I'm proud of every single one of you. Hit that like button, friends. Lock in your commitment. That like tells me you heard this. That like tells me you're going to act on it. That like might just save your kidneys for the next 20 years. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Think of it as enrolling in the best health plan you'll ever have. No premiums, no deductibles, no waiting rooms. Just a kidney doctor who actually has time for you. I'll be here every week with another truth your doctor doesn't have 15 minutes to explain. Now here's what I need you to do right now. And I mean right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Send this video to your family group chat, to your spouse, to your parents, to your children, to your best friend. Think about everyone you know over 55 who drinks coffee every morning. You now know something they don't, something that could save their kidneys, something that could keep them out of a dialysis center, something that could keep them independent, healthy, and alive. Is there someone in your life who refuses to change their habits? Your husband who puts 3 scoops of creamer in every cup? Your mom who takes her pills with coffee every morning and won't listen to you? Don't argue with them. Just send them this video. Let me have that conversation for them. No fight, no hurt feelings, just the truth from a doctor who's seen what happens when no one speaks up. Share this with your church group, folks, your walking buddies, your pickleball friends, your book club, your neighborhood group. Good information should travel, friends. And this information, it saves lives. I don't want to see you in a dialysis center. I don't want to see your family taking shifts at your hospital bed. I don't want your grandchildren visiting you in a clinic 3 times a week instead of at the park. I want to see you in the morning sunshine, coffee in hand, the right way, walking your neighborhood, playing with your grandkids, dancing at your granddaughter's wedding, blowing out candles on your 80th birthday surrounded by everyone you love. Independent, strong, free. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for every single person watching this right now. Stay strong, friends. Take care of your kidneys, and they will take care of you. Protect them tonight, folks. Start with that glass of water tomorrow morning. Check that creamer label. Set a timer for 60 minutes before your coffee. Your kidneys have been silently protecting you for your entire life, friends. It's time you return the favor. Oh, and one more thing before I go, folks. That glass of orange juice you might be having with your breakfast, the one you believe is packed with vitamin C and keeping you healthy? In my next video, I'm going to show you what it's really doing to your kidneys. And friends, you're going to want to sit down for that one. I'm Dr. Matthews, your lifelong kidney doctor. I'll see you in the next one.